which is the interesting technical presentations lined up today. And our first presenter is Abiade Dosonu from AWS. And I'd like to hand over the mic over to Abiade. Abiade, welcome.
Thank you very much, Bashir. Thank you, Afrinic, for having me here. I'm deeply honored to join this session. I'm going to be sharing my screen right now. Let's see. Okay. Again, my name is Abiade Dosonu, and I'm an engagement manager at Amazon Web Services. So I'll be starting today. I'm sorry, I'm trying to move this around. Okay, let's see. Okay. So organizations today use several tools and services to migrate their workloads to the cloud. However, without the cloud transformational plan, moving workloads from on-prem to the cloud might not provide all the benefits of moving to the cloud. And today I'll be walking you through the AWS Cloud Adoption Framework. So these are the learning outcomes for today's session, or the Cloud Adoption Framework, the adoption phases, and the 6 CAF perspectives. Just a 10,000 view overview of AWS CAF. So it helps to minimize drawbacks and increase business transformation with the cloud. Now, what is AWS Cloud? AWS Cloud pretty much helps organization in implementing comprehensive plans for digital transformation. And it also takes advantage of all of AWS's best practices and lessons learned from thousands of customer engagements. It helps in identifying and prioritizing transformation opportunities, evaluation and improving your cloud readiness, and iteratively evolve the roadmap that you follow to guide digital business transformation journey. Now, there are 4 stages of adoption in AWS CAF. So the first is the envision, the align, the launch, and the scale. So the envision stage, this stage comes in form of like a workshop channeled towards identifying transformation opportunities and areas that needs to be transformed in an organization. The align stage involves drawing up a plan, highlighting benefits and estimating risks and best approach for implementation. The launch stage, this helps in building workflows and delivering the plan identified in the align stage. The scale stage, this helps in comparing and adjusting the results of the expected plan. So you go over all the the plans, you compare the results and look out for the expected, you go over the strategy also here, and you identify all the areas that needs to be adjusted. Now, there are 6 CAF perspectives. So these areas, they are the business, the platform, the people, governance, security, and operations. So the perspectives pretty much help identify stakeholders that will help in your transformation journey to the cloud. The business perspective ensures the cloud investments are there to accelerate your digital transformation ambitions and the outcomes. So there are several people involved here, but the common roles are the ones I've listed here, which is the business managers, the finance managers, the budget owners, the strategy stakeholders, and the CIOs. So they help provide great planning opportunities, they maximize the satisfaction of the end users, they optimize the financial distributions, and also handle the end-to-end control of business risks, both external and strategic. The people part here, this pretty much is related to the human resources. So they help identify the people that will need, that the organization will need in the transformation journey. The governance, this help in orchestration of your cloud initiative, and they also maximize the benefits and minimize the transformational related risks in the organization. So here, the common roles under the governance part, they are the CIO, the program managers, the project managers, the enterprise architects, the business analysts, and the portfolio managers. They help you in choosing the right cloud migration methodology. They help in optimizing costs and also deal with licensing management here. The platform. So the platform perspective serves to enhance the network infrastructure built with AWS. They play a key role for network architects, CTOs, managing members of the IT team. And their benefits is they help in understanding what requirements the design of the future system should meet, the vision of prospects for scaling and building new workloads in the cloud. And they also help in aligning the new business goals in context of new computing power offered by the AWS cloud. The common roles here are the CTO, the IT managers, and the SAs, the solution architects. The security perspectives, they provide recommendations for the right structure for management points and help reduce IT workloads for the network security team. They help in the IAM, that's the identity access management. They help in security data at rest and in transit. That's using the KMS and the customer managed keys, and also the TLS and the SSL. They help in infrastructure security. They're responsible for drafting regulations and security requirements, data protection, which helps you develop correct strategies to protect data during transfer and storage processes. And the common roles here are the CISOs, the IT security managers, the IT security analysts, and compliance leaders. Operations. So the operations perspective, this helps in managing workloads according to current and future business needs. As a result, you can quickly plan and implement a new business strategy with minimal risks. The people identified here in these roles are the IT operations manager or the IT support managers. In summary, the CAF was put together based on best practices and thousands of customer engagements AWS has had over the years. And this helps put down the offerings for our customers for them to accelerate their business outcomes. So I've left a link or two links here for the white papers for everyone to go over and read. AWS just released the version 3.0 of the CAF. This is a more broader adoption framework structure. So everyone can go over these links and learn more about it. Thank you very much. Do I have questions? I'm just going to go over. It seems I don't have questions. Bashir, do I have any? I'm looking at the I see. Mr. Fabian, can you please elaborate on your question?
Hello, Biade. Sorry, I had a small hitch here.
Okay.
So, yes. So we have a question from Fabian, and this question is, so thank you so much, Abiade, for your interesting and educative presentation. My question is about the risk, if not threat, once we depend so much on the cloud. So Fabian, can you elaborate? Abiade, right? The question is not clear.
Yes, yeah, I wanted to elaborate on that.
So Fabian, can you raise up your hand and then you can speak?
Taking an example of the one going on. Okay. I still don't understand. Do you mean the risk moving to the cloud, or I don't understand. Now he's talking about Russia and Ukraine. Just explain better for me to understand your question. I'll just go over Paul's question. This is not sponsored content. This is not a sponsored content at all, Paul.
Fabian, is
yes, thank you so much. Yeah, let me go straight. My question is basing on I'm asking that we are going cloud these days, but do we see any risk or danger of depending so much on cloud in a situation like what is going on now between Russia and Ukraine? I think somewhere during the war, we heard that Russia was banned from using SWIFT in banking services. I'm trying to think, what if any other countries, they're in war, and the main of its business or their businesses are on cloud, and if cloud services halted or stopped to one of those countries, what will happen to the users? So my question is coming from that angle. I don't know if I've made myself clear.
To rephrase that, you're trying to say, like, the issue going on in Ukraine where they are not able to use part of the internet for some reason, and you are asking for the risk in that, right? On the cloud, right? Okay.
Yes.
So honestly, that's a very difficult question, but I'll try to answer. All the cloud providers in the world, they have regions, and they have regions, and they have I'll rather say data centers, which at AWS we call them regions. So if one region doesn't work for some reason, I'm sure your content are being replicated in other regions. So there is an uptime promise of 99.9999% where your services will not go down for whatever reason. So if one region goes down, the other one will still be working, and I believe you still be accessing your contents from there. The issue is it might not just be as fast as it used to be, because you access your contents from your closest region. So if you're in Africa, the content you're pulling data from, or the website or whichever platform you are viewing it from, it pulls it out from your closest region. So in the case of AWS or Google or Microsoft, they probably have data centers in places like South Africa, Kenya, or somewhere in West Africa where you can easily, still get your data. So regarding Ukraine and Russia, I'm sorry, I'm not able to give you a further answer to that.
Yeah, thank you, Abiade. So I think we have another comment from Paul. If I go back, so he says he doesn't see many risks arising from the use of cloud technologies, but single vendor risk and being fully locked into the ecosystem does arise. Don't know if you have any comments on that.
Thank you, Paul. So I've heard lately of people having the multi-cloud architecture where you can have 3 or 4 cloud providers that you as an organization can use. So a lot of people go through that route. So that's the only thing I know. People have multi-cloud architecture now, and they probably look into the prices. Maybe this one is cheaper, or that is more expensive, or this one has more services. So I try not to go into the area of comparing cloud platforms right now, but I know people use the multi-cloud architecture.
Mm-hmm. I think another comment here, and I think you addressed this right, because we asked you about AWS. The question was about AWS, and the view here is that you may, since you're from AWS, right?
Yeah.
You may lean towards AWS, and it's understandable. But I think at least you've mentioned about the multi-cloud, which can be done. And I don't know whether when someone does the multi-cloud for, let's say, resiliency or something like that, does it mean like your experience on this, maybe cost-wise or anything that they need to look out for? Is it something feasible in the first place? I think you've mentioned, are people doing it? And,
so like I said, every organization is unique. They have what they are looking for. Some people probably started with one cloud provider and they've been there for a while, and making that switch to another one is difficult. So they would rather just say, you know what, we keep what we have with this cloud provider and we'll take another service from another cloud provider. So again, I'm just saying now, I don't know if that's what everyone will want to do, but I'm trying not to box myself in on, speaking about one provider. So yeah.
Okay, that's good. The next question we have from Mark Elkins. I quite like Cloudflare as they support a DNS zone to have DNSSEC signing. Does AWS support the same? That is DNSSEC signing. Don't know if you have.
Okay, so I think Hudson will be able to answer that question. Hudson's presentation is coming up next, and he should be able to answer that, Mark Elkins.
Okay, I even see a link from Hudson, so I hope it answers.
Yeah, Hudson is going to explain more on that.
Okay, yeah, I think it's clear. And then
thank you very much, Paul. Thank you for being understanding.
Don't leave. There's one last question, right?
Okay.
How about they bring your own IP addresses? So this is a question from David.
Okay, so AWS has the BYOIP. I'll confirm. I think it's already in Africa, in the South Africa region. I can confirm and reach out to you offline with that, but definitely AWS has the BYOIP.
Okay. So I don't think we have any other questions.